Hi there, welcome to Virgo Moon Tarot, where I tap into the energy of the collective and interpret the cards to provide insight into your life. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Okay, so in this reading, we're going to dive into who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. So, why are you different? Why do people see you different? How have you changed? We're going to talk about your past, your present, and your future. Okay, so first let's get into your overall energy. Okay, so we have the Fool card. Three of Wands. And Page of Cups. Okay, so what am I seeing so far? With this Fool card, I feel like before, like in the past, you weren't as serious about your future as you are right now. And not only are you growing into this beautiful person, but I just see someone who is very successful, or you're on your way up, like you're achieving what you've set yourself out to achieve. You're so much more successful. I'm getting with this card, I'm getting like immaturity versus like you're more, something about you was carefree in the past or less mature, but you've definitely grown. I'm hearing 180, like you've completely changed. You're like a completely new person than who you were before. And for a lot of people, sometimes they say the same. Sometimes people get stuck in a mindset and they don't change. They don't want to change, or they just don't feel inspired to change. But I feel like for you, you have always, I don't know, maybe you've always wanted to change, or you've always wanted something for your life. Also, what I'm hearing is that something about your family, like you've always wanted something different than what your family had, or what you wanted to be able to provide more than what your family was able to provide. But not only are you changing in terms of like your career, your abundance, your financial freedom, things like that. Like I'm hearing business savvy, so maybe you're more business savvy. Also, I feel like people in the past, like you may have had a dream when you were younger and no one believed in it, but now you're starting to show them that they were wrong. But also, I wanted to say that not only are you like successful, I'm also hearing overachiever, so you may be like a hard worker, but you're also moving to this energy of, I heard love and also emotional fulfillment. So I think before you may have had, also I'm seeing in the past something about fantasy. So maybe you were, also I'm getting video games as well. So maybe you spent a lot of time playing video games, but doesn't have to be. But I just get this feeling, or it just feels like maybe in the past you were, I don't know, I'm getting La La Land. I don't know, maybe maybe you always had a dream to move to, isn't LA 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 Land? And now people are seeing that you are successful. Like maybe you packed up your bags and moved to LA and now you're very successful. But also, it feels like you are reaching that point. Like it just feels like you've overcome everything. And now it's time for you to actually focus on what actually, like what you truly value in life, or something like that. Like something about love, like you're becoming more of a loving person. Like I feel like that's what you're moving into. Maybe you're going to start a family, or maybe you're going to, something about your relationship status will shift. So maybe if you were in like maybe if you were boyfriend girlfriend, now you're going to be husband and wife. Maybe if you weren't in a relationship at all, maybe you're going to get into a relationship. Maybe something about love, like your love is going to deepen. Another thing that this card can represent is that if it's not love for a partner, it could be love for your craft or your hobby. So maybe you're having a new perspective on something that you already do. Like if you did move to LA for music or movies or anything else, art, whatever it is, fashion, modeling, anything. It's like you had this dream, you're making it happen, or you've made it happen, but now it's like you have a new appreciation for your art somehow. Like you're diving deeper into your craft, your passion, your niche. Like you're building your skill. Even dancers, maybe you wanted to be a dancer and you moved to LA. I don't know, it doesn't have to be LA, but I got La La Land, so that's why I was thinking LA, but maybe it's New York. Also Florida, Paris, anywhere. You could be anywhere in the world pursuing your dreams, and you're achieving it, and you're proving everyone wrong who didn't believe in you. But it's like with this Page of Cups here, there's no, like, I'm getting something about surface level. Like you're not a surface level person. There's something that's very deep. Something waters runs deep. Isn't that like a saying? I don't know what that means. Okay, what else? What else is shifting about you? What else is different? How are you changing? Okay, so when it comes to your mindset and your thoughts, I feel like before you may have been like heavily into yourself. If that doesn't feel true, maybe other people thought that of you. Maybe they thought that of you and you didn't know. I'm also hearing arrogant as well. Take it as it resonates. That may not be for you, but I don't know. I just feel like people thought you were arrogant, but now you're shifting into something completely different. And I feel like people may have judged you based on how you dressed or how you looked or what you wanted to do. People were judging you, but you're showing them that it feels like you're showing them that it wasn't true, that it was just a facade or something. But I feel like you've always believed in yourself, and how it's different now is that your confidence has grown stronger, or it's becoming stronger with this Wheel of Fortune. Like it's like it feels like you see your luck or something, or like you're creating luck, or your how do I say, like your mindset about being able to attract things into your life or be able to create your dream life. Your mindset about that has shifted. And now with the Six of Cups, it's like you're sharing it with others, or you're very giving. You don't hold, like I feel like you have some sort of knowledge to share, and you share it with others. Like even going back to what your craft or whatever your talent or your skill is, it's like you're not selfish with it. Like it just feels like you're growing into a beautiful person overall. So you're not selfish with, I just see someone who is very talented, very gifted, and it's like they're openly giving like their secrets to others because they genuinely want to see other people succeed. They genuinely want success for others. I'm also getting that, I don't know, something about your past, something to do with your past is making other people think that you're like, I heard like some Hollywood big shot. They think that you're some Hollywood big shot or something like that because you've become so successful. You've created this, but it doesn't have to be Hollywood, of course. So it could be like a metaphor for something else in your life, a symbol for something else. So apply it to your life how it fits. But you've become so successful. So people based on your, I don't know, based on your past, they feel like are, they see something that's not there. It's like they're projecting something onto you, but really you're just this loving person with the Page of Cups, which is a card of love and um, your emotions, like having a big heart, being sensitive. And the Six of Cups is another card of like love and caring for others, feeling like home, you know? Also, I'm getting that you've outgrown the people that you were familiar with. So you've outgrown your family, you've outgrown your friends, maybe not all of them, but I feel like there could be a group of people who you've outgrown. I don't know, like you've evolved, you've become maybe more successful than them because of your mindset, because of the way that you've shifted your mindset. Like maybe before, I don't know, with this Nine of Cups, I feel like before you were focused on yourself. So take it as it resonates. But I'm getting this energy that you were in the past, so two messages that you were either focused on yourself or not necessarily focused on yourself in a selfish way, but you were focused on your dreams. Like you always believed in yourself. And now it's like, I see that you've made it happen. People thought you had your head in the clouds before, but like I said, that's changing. You're making your dreams come true, and you're doing it in like a loving way. Okay, what else? Let's move on. Four of Wands. King of Wands. Two of Wands. Okay, so let's talk about your heart and your emotional worlds. So with this Four of Wands, I keep getting that you've always wanted marriage. You always wanted to be married when you, like in the past, that's something that you dreamed of. So maybe that could be what's going on here as well. Maybe you always focused on love and you always wanted to be married. But I don't know, I'm hearing puppy love. Or maybe you were, I don't know. I don't know where this is going, but I'm just going to keep throwing out what I'm getting. So maybe you were in love with someone, but maybe your family or your parents or someone kept saying it was puppy love, or I don't know, they weren't taking something seriously, but you always wanted to be married. But at the same time, you were focused on yourself. But I feel like, I don't know where this is going, but I'm going to keep going with it because I see someone, I think maybe you moved away and you became independent. And something about your sensitivity. Okay, this is completely shifting, but I don't know if it's resonating with anyone. Something about this love. I'm just going back to this Page of Cups here. And something about you now, in terms of like your heart and your emotional world, like you have more confidence. It almost feels like, I don't know. Now what I'm getting, okay, I don't know if this is turning to like some sort of love reading, but now I'm getting that if you were in a relationship, your family or your friends, someone, like they kept telling you the person was wrong for you. But now what I'm seeing is that I think you've moved on and you've become so much stronger. With this King of Wands here, this King of Wands is one of the most confident, it's one of the most confident cards in the deck. It's like the Emperor. This person is very confident, very charismatic. I don't know, it feels like you left someone or something behind and you've moved on. It could have been that you literally moved on, or maybe like you emotionally moved on from someone and you've just grown. You've grown so much. And now you have more options with the Two of Wands. You're going to have more options. So it just feels like a love relation, like if there was someone who you were in love with, maybe they didn't see you. They thought maybe they judged you. They judged you and you moved on from this person. And you've grown, you've improved, and now you're going to have so many more options. I feel like that was specific for someone. Okay. Whoever needed to hear that, that was your message. You have moved on, you've grown, and you're going to have so many more options. Okay. What else? Ace of Cups. Ten of Coins. Seven of Wands. I feel like you were always a loving person. With this Ace of Cups card here, I feel like you always had a big heart. You were always giving and caring. Even though maybe people saw you as being naive, or maybe in a fantasy world, or like you had your head in the clouds, you always had a big heart. Like you were always kind and loving. Even if maybe people saw you as, maybe if you did focus on yourself a lot, or maybe you cared about yourself, regardless, you still had a big heart for others. And now I feel like you're very focused on career. You're focused on achieving your goals. You're focused on building your wealth. Like I feel like, and with the Seven of Wands, I feel like you're learning to protect your heart. I don't know. I feel like that love that I was talking to, maybe someone broke your heart in the past years ago, and then you shift gears and you started to focus on maybe getting a mansion, a big house, like this house in this picture here. Ten of Cups. Yeah, you just focus on like getting your bag or something, or like just making your dreams come true. But you still had that sensitive heart within you. Like I feel like you didn't allow any of that stuff from the past to like harden your heart. You didn't allow it, like you didn't become bitter. I see here that you've learned to protect your heart, but you didn't become entirely bitter. So I feel like there's like two scenarios here. So this could be for a partnership or love, previous love story, or with your goals as well. Like maybe you were heartbroken as in someone tried to convince you that you weren't good enough to do what it was that you wanted to do. And I don't know, it's like you somehow, like you became guarded around that subject as well. But it's not like, I just don't see that you're completely hardened. I feel like I'm just getting this message of creating boundaries for yourself, and that is not selfish. That's what's coming through right now. Like you're learning to protect your energy. You're learning to protect your heart in a good, positive way. Like I think at first, like you were completely open, but now it's like a mature heart or something. Okay, let's see what messages we can get about your friends. Let's switch gears a little bit. So, who you were in the past, who you are now, how they see you now, how they saw you in the past. I just did a high school reunion reading, so you may want to check that out. Okay, so with the Nine of Coins, your friends always saw you as, um, they always saw you as like someone with a lot of potential. They always saw that you would, it just feels like they saw how, I don't know, like they looked up to you, or they always saw your potential. They always knew that you were destined for success. But with the Three of Swords here, you may not be in contact with these friends. Something happened between you and these friends. Maybe moving on, or maybe if you did move on or move away, they're heartbroken about that or sad about it, or maybe they miss you. Or maybe you felt like you were outgrowing them, like how I mentioned, and maybe you decided to, with the Seven of Wands card here, maybe you decided to, like emotionally or physically, like move away from them, and maybe that broke their heart. Maybe you feel sad about it, but you know that this is what you need to grow. I'm also hearing, like your success is determined by the people that you surround yourself with. So maybe you're starting to, how do I say, like integrate that idea into your life, and you understood that even though these people may have believed in you, maybe somehow they weren't really that good of an influence for you for whatever reason. Take that as it resonates. But with the Three of Swords card, I'm getting like sadness, or someone's missing you. But with the Queen of Wands here, you're definitely going to have either a new group of friends, like a new, I'm hearing soul tribe. I don't know. It also feels like you don't need those. You don't need those friends. You don't need them. Like the Queen of Wands is like the King of Wands is like one of the most confident cards in the deck. This person here is very, very confident, and that's what you're transforming into. Like you're becoming more, it just feels like if you, something about your sadness with your friends, and you're growing from that. Like you're moving on from that. You're moving on from these old friends. Like you no longer need them. You thought you needed them maybe, but you've outgrown them. You've become better, wiser. They may not even recognize you. Like if you've been in no contact for a really long time, they may not even recognize you because you've changed so much. And I feel called to say that it's okay to feel sad if you do feel sad about anyone in your life who you felt were close to you, but maybe you're just no longer in contact with them. Like the relationship just isn't there, or the bond isn't as strong anymore. Like it's okay to feel sad because it's just a, like you're just, it's just like I don't know how to say, I don't know what to say, but it's like you're just moving through. It's just, it'll pass. Like you're just passing through. It's just that transition period, like as you're transitioning, like things are just, it's new, it's unfamiliar, it feels different. Like you're just going through that period of time through change, and it just, like you may feel the sadness, but you're transforming into this Queen of Wands energy. Okay, let's see what we can get about your family in terms of your transformation. Okay, Temperance. Eight of Cups. Oh, I'm getting the same energy. Eight of Cups, moving on. The same. Okay, so either you've changed a lot or you actually moved away. The Moon. So with the Eight of Cups, this is a card of moving on from something that no longer serves you, like emotionally. So I feel like you may have detached from family members, or maybe the bond is just not as strong, or maybe you don't see them as often either, like with your friend group. But I'm getting that your family kept you balanced with the Temperance card. And with the Moon card, I'm feeling like there's this deep connection, this deep bond. I feel like you're going to how do I say, like, strengthen the bond with your family members, or I don't know, some of you may reunite with family members. Or maybe you felt like you needed to move on from your family to grow, to improve, to for a better life. But for this Moon card, I'm not entirely sure. Let's get a card for this to see if I can get more information. For some of you, looking at this Moon, I feel like you're going to become a parent yourself. I was getting a mother, but if you're a man watching this, maybe you'll become a father. Six of Wands. That's victory. Victory, celebration. Ooh, you know what I'm getting? This feels like you are, how do I say, like breaking generational curses, or like generational bonds, like you're cutting ties, or you're like something about like your family or your ancestors. You're changing something about your lineage, like your family's history. Like it's like you're like, maybe you decided that, how do I explain this? When it comes to your family, you want it to evolve. You want it more for yourself than what your family had. Like what I was saying earlier, you want it more. Even though your family, you loved your family with all of this love and energy here. You loved your family. They brought you balance. They helped you to feel whole. And for whatever reason, you moved on. Maybe you moved away, or maybe you felt like you needed to change, or you needed to like separate yourself from your family. And there's a lot of sadness here. But I don't know. I just feel with this Three of Swords card there. There's some sadness that you did move away, but maybe you felt like you needed to do it in order to better your life, like I said. And as a result, it's like you're breaking the chains, or you're like, I feel like there's different phrases to use for this, for what I'm trying to describe. So hopefully it's coming into your mind already, and you know what I'm trying to say here. But it's like you've changed the trajectory of like your family line. So say for example, your family, you didn't have much money growing up, and then you became successful. You maybe started a business, you moved away, you went to Hollywood or whatever, you became a famous whatever, or maybe that's what you're on the path to do, or maybe just however this shift, whatever that means for you. And as a result, if you do have children, it's like they're going to have, their life is going to be more of how you have changed your life into. Like it's going to be more abundant. And then as a result, moving forward, their children and their children's children will be more abundant, because you made this shift. Even though it was hard and very difficult, you made the shift. But it's like you changed something within your family, within your family line, the generations. Okay, what else do we want to know? The Empress. Lovers. And let's just get one more card. Eight of Wands. Okay, so with this energy, I feel like you're going to fall in love. Like if you're meant to have a family, it's going to happen quickly. That's for some of you. With this Eight of Wands energy, something is happening very fast. Also, with the Eight of Wands energy and the Lovers and the Empress, like, I just feel like you kind of always knew you were destined for success. I feel like you always, like, even, I just keep going back to that naive energy. I think it was the Page of Cups or whatever. Actually, let's see, what was it? No, it was a Fool card. It was a Fool card. I just feel like even though you may have had this innocence or maybe a bit of immaturity in young age, you always had a vision for yourself. You always kind of knew, and I think that's what led you to move on, to move away, or whatever it is that you did to change your life. You always had this vision for yourself, and it's like now you're falling in love. You're falling in love with someone, or you're falling in love with yourself. Like, you're just developing this confidence. Like, you believed in yourself before, but now you believe in yourself even more. And then as a result, things are shifting pretty quickly. Things are like, the momentum is picking up. Things are changing in your life. You're transforming into like this beautiful butterfly. Like, here you were the caterpillar, here you were in the cocoon, and then here you're shifting into like this beautiful, beautiful butterfly. And also I'm hearing, shoot, what did I hear? I don't know. Actually, I don't even know anymore if I want to say it, but I got like, no one saw this coming. And looking at the Six of Wands, I don't know, this is going to be very outlandish, but some of you, and then also I'm getting the lottery. So it's like something is happening overnight, like an overnight sensation. Like, whatever, I don't know, I keep getting this move to Hollywood. Like, I feel like that's very strong. I don't know, it could be, like I said, you could be an artist, you could be a dancer, an influencer. So many people are influencers nowadays. And I just feel like overnight, like, there's this overnight victory, this overnight sensation, this overnight, maybe if you really, really wanted a family, this overnight, like, you having a baby, you find out that you're expanding your family, something like that. Something feels victorious, and it feels very fast, and it's like, whoa, like your family members or your friends, it feels more like your family, but they're like, whoa, like, I like, this, something like this has never happened to us. Like, whoa, it just feels like, maybe like I was saying about your family, if you grew up not having a lot of money and now all of a sudden you have a lot of money, like so much money, like so much money just like flowing in. That's what it feels like. And with the Lovers energy, it just feels like it's all because of like a loving attitude that you're having towards yourself. You're like living from abundance, you're living from a space of gratitude. I'm also getting like self-compassion. You're learning to, like I said, you're just learning to like love yourself more or accept yourself more. Like, you've always had this Empress energy within you, and now it's actually starting to manifest. It's starting to manifest, and it's starting to be reflected into your reality. And also, I'm feeling like everything that you've gone through in your life, if it was challenging or if there were struggles, I feel like it's all starting to pay off now. Like, all of your move or your transition, your change, or your moving away from people who you felt no longer served you or whatever, or breakups or whatever, like whatever was going on during this transition, and if it felt like a struggle or if it felt difficult, like, it's everything is paying off right now. Like, I feel like the stars are aligning, the portal is opening up, and you're being shifted into a different reality where you're like, I'm hearing living on cloud nine. It feels like heaven on earth. You feel very victorious, and it's like a new shift. It's a mindset shift. It's an emotional shift. So it's like it's here to stay. It's like you found this new love, and it's like, once you open your eyes up to this, whatever this is that's happening for you, it's like you can't turn back. I feel like you can't turn back even if you wanted to turn back. For some of you, I'm also getting new knowledge or new, it's like you're going to learn something. And when you learn it, whatever that is, it's like you can't turn back. It's like your new life now. And that's why what I was saying about the generations to come, it's like you've completely shifted your family's line, your family lineage, You're removing like generational curses. And all of that goodness, the good stuff is going to start rolling in so fast for you. And then also I'm getting directed to the Seven of Wands card. I just feel like if you were protecting your heart, if you felt the need to protect your heart, maybe if you didn't want to protect your heart, you had to create boundaries for yourself. Like it's all being paid off. It's all paying off now. So I feel called to end your reading there. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you're still here and you're feeling it and it feels like your story and you enjoy this reading, hit the like button. Let me know that you like this, that you've enjoyed this reading. And comment down below if you feel called to do so and if it resonated with you at all, if you've enjoyed this reading. And what else? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already for more readings. Let me know if you like this type of reading. I'll do more of it. This one's kind of different, I think, than my other readings. So let me know if you've enjoyed this. I'll try to do more. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, for stopping by today. I truly appreciate you. And I'm sending you lots of love and healing energy and energy of lots of blessings. And I hope all of your dreams come true. And yeah, sending you lots and lots of love. So until the next reading, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.